The original idea was that this would be a pretty quick event. You know, I mean, it's just 50 meters, drag, 75 to 90 pounds. And in the middle, I gave them a break. They'd run, and it ended up being one of the hardest workouts that we've done so far. So event number one, I named it after Bob Horrigan, a good friend of mine from 7th Group and the unit. Unfortunately gave his life in Iraq. It is a sled drag event, and it is a smoker. It smokes your quads and your back chain, and it just really makes it difficult to do anything after that. So when the guys get up on line to shoot, they're shaking, they're breathing hard, their pulse rate is skyrocketing, and the gun's doing this the whole time. So that 25-meter shot, which normally seems to be a pretty easy shot, becomes exponentially more difficult.
Glad to be part of the inaugural event, and we know in the future their vision is to be running multiple events around the country on maybe even a quarterly basis, but we're glad to host the first. A beautiful day. We're expecting rain. Somebody has some powerful prayers.
I'm seeing a lot of the military guys. I think that they know that this is a long-term battle, if you will. And I'm seeing that the ones that I think are military, they understand the pacing issue, and they're the ones that are getting up to the firing line, taking that kind of pause to collect their breath, and really make sure that their sights are on target before they pull the trigger.
The target's at a little bit of a distance at 25 yards, and you're gassed whenever you get up there to it. So you're breathing heavy, you're everything's all over the place. So you got to focus on your breathing for a few seconds, and the more you exert yourself beforehand, the harder it gets. I didn't start throwing. I threw one round, I think, in the first set, and I was just going too fast, and I threw 3 in the last.
Right.
So I just was getting gassed and forgetting the fundamentals. So it's definitely a blast. So get to work out and get to shoot at the same time. So
good deal.
It's always a plus.
It was meant to challenge a few guys, and it crushed a few guys.
Hey guys, I'm Nate Stokes from Advantage Group, and welcome to the Gear Locker. Today we're going to talk about the Hudson H9. The Hudson H9 is a really innovative handgun from the folks at Hudson Firearms that steps out from the herd. In the firearms industry, that's a really hard position to take. This industry is really unforgiving of things that look different and work a little bit different, but they've done some really fascinating things with the H9. First and foremost, they've taken the recoil mechanism of the firearm from its traditional location and put it here under the dust cover. What that's enabled them to do is get the bore axis of the gun lower, which helps you manage recoil even better than with a traditional striker-fired handgun. In addition to that, the gun has a full steel frame construction, so a little bit of extra heft that also helps you manage recoil. This particular model comes with a threaded barrel, Trijicon high visibility sights, a G10 grip that is interchangeable, and their standard package. Also got equipped with some front cocking serrations, just a lot of really features that derive from their input from shooters. They put a lot of time, talked to a lot of shooters, invested in getting their input, and then putting the input into the final product. In addition to those features, the gun has an innovative trigger. Unlike a traditional Glock-style trigger with a trigger safety, the pivot point for this trigger is at the bottom of the trigger. That helps you get a little bit of a cleaner break, a cleaner take-up of the trigger, and then the final break's a little bit crisper. So it's a really innovative firearm, a lot of really innovative features. Kudos to the folks at Hudson for not being afraid to cut out from the herd and do something different and innovative. I think it's a real exciting gun. I think you're going to start seeing more and more of them on the range with you and around you. Holster support's lagging a little bit right now, but the industry's starting to catch up. I got a couple examples here. The magazines, it's the Smith & Wesson M&P magazines. Those are readily available, not a scarcity item like you find with a lot of new guns. I think you're going to be really impressed with the quality of the pistol, the innovative features. Thanks for joining us in the Gear Locker. I'm Nate Stokes.
Hey guys, welcome to Trigger Time TV. Lewis Frost with Phobos Solutions, here with AJ Lafferty of Connecticut Development Group. Today what we're going to talk to you about is the essential equipment for long-range precision. So the first thing you have to do, guys, is pick your caliber. In today's world, there's tons of different caliber options, and depending upon who you talk to, you'll get a different answer. Select your caliber. The caliber that we've selected for the show this year is 6.5 Creedmore. The ammunition that we've selected for that specific caliber is the Hornady ELD-X, the extreme low drag expanding projectile. It offers match grade accuracy while giving us lethal capability or good terminal ballistics out to extreme ranges. You have to pick the caliber and the bullet that matches your specific application. So once you have that done, we have to discuss and figure out what type of action you want. This gun is a bolt action gun. Bolt action guns are generally easier for people to shoot. They generally are a little bit more simplistic to operate. There are gas guns, that is an option. They offer faster follow-up shots. Some people will say they're not quite as intrinsically accurate. But once you decide on your type of action, then we have to move on to the barrel. The barrel is the heart and soul of the gun. Find a barrel that works with your specific caliber and stays within your budget. You can spend a ton of money right here on the barrel, but find one that meets your own accuracy standards. Next, we're going to move on over to the optic, and AJ is going to talk us through the optic.
So the optic we chose for the rifle here is the Jtack Voodoo 3.5 to 18 power, and we have it mounted with the side lock, a 34mm cantilever style mount. It is a modular mounting system, so you can change the rings and move them around to fit your specific needs. And obviously, being the side lock, you can take it off the gun and put it back in the same spot, and it will return to zero. It gives you that capability to switch it from platform to platform or take it off during transportation.
So once you've selected the optic and you've married your system together, the important things to think about now are, how do I go about practicing with this system? Once you get all that done, you can seek competent instruction to learn how to use your specific caliber with your chosen optic in your chosen platform and your chosen barrel. So guys, look, for this or any other information regarding long-range precision, stay tuned to Trigger Time TV or check out phobosolutions.com.